The RX150 Rallycross Championship was claimed yesterday here at Croft in very slippery and muddy conditions by Chrissy Palmer. Yet another title to add to his RX150 CV. But Palmer hit problems in Q3. Brett Harris was fastest there, and Chrissy Palmer, in fact, is missing from the grid for the final race of the season. Grid is formed, so no Palmer on the middle of row one. Brett Harris on the outside. Steve Jones is there as well. The second row of the grid is Max Coates, who we've seen as a title bidder in the Clio Cup UK this year, one of the real stars of the championship. And Sam Clennell, race engineer for Tony Vardy's team. We go racing, and a good start by Clennell then as the cars blast off down towards Clairvaux. On the inside line then, Brett Harris, Sam Clennell on the outside, brakes, turns in, loses the back of it, around he goes, Clennell in the gravel, and that, I fear, is the end of it for him. Now, can he drive out of there? He's pretty close to the edge of the road, just looking into the distance. There through is the slow starting Steve Jones. Max Coates then, who knows all about one-mate racing, taking the battle here on home soil to Brett Harris. Coates, whose family have a garage just down the road at Scorton, is right there on the back as they come across the loose, but Clennell's car is going no further. Looking around to see whether or not the race is going to carry on, because it is right on the edge of the road. Down through the hairpin they come, onto the power, and Brett Harris leads the way then, just kicks up the dirt a little bit as the three of them as one accelerate to a red flag. Yep, race is being stopped. So that car of Sam Clennell is right on the edge of the road. It is in a dangerous place. We go again. He's allowed to take the restart from the very back of the grid, and it's blast off. Brett Harris away nicely up through the gears. Sam Clennell will be a little bit more chastened maybe this time, going down towards Clairvaux as they turn their way into the right-hander. Max Coates up into second place. Steve Jones down to fourth. Now Coates doesn't have to worry about points. In fact, the championship all done and dusted. Nobody really in this fight has been a regular all season, so it's very much about pride this. Everybody wants the race win. And what could Max Coates do on his maiden rallycross outing? Here he comes across the loose. We've seen quite a few circuit racers tackle RX150s over the years, Tom Onslow Cole being a regular, but Coates loses out to a very sideways Sam Clennell. He just about hangs on to the bucking car as he comes down towards the hairpin. Brett Harris, though, leads the way. Can he get away? Brett experienced in RX150s. Sam Clennell there, right on his tail as they come now over the line. Through they come as one. So down through the right at Clairvaux, and Sam Clennell just far enough ahead of Max Coates not to have to worry about defending too vigorously, but he is all over the back of Brett Harris as they come up towards the chicane. Ironically, the most experienced driver out of the four is Steve Jones, and he's the man at the back of the pack. He did win at Lyddon early on in the season. Brett Harris has not had a victory this season, so he would dearly love to complete the year with the top step of the podium. Down he comes then towards the hairpin. Coates getting into the back of Clennell there. And a really sideways Brett Harris gets it all wrong and harpoons Coates as he tries to go for the gap. Brett Harris throws away the lead. Sam Clennell it is up front as they come now up towards the line. You can see the damage on Brett Harris's car. There's damage on Max Coates' car as well. The tubing has dropped on the side. Through goes Steve Jones, and I just wonder whether Coates might even get a meatball flag, the mechanical warning flag, because if you have a look at the left, you'll see the frame of the car dragging on the ground. It was a really hard hit in the side there. There it is, look. Now from Clio racing, and especially some of the antics we've seen over the last couple of years, Max Coates certainly comes from a school of hard knocks. That was a big whack in the side though. Across the loose comes then the regular RX150 duo, Brett Harris, Steve Jones. Up front, Sam Clennell debuted in them yesterday, and he's leading the final here. Up they come across the loose once again. So Brett Harris on target for second, but what can he do to win the race? Can he bring down that gap against Sam Clennell again? The gap, if anything, is widening. The battle on for second, third and fourth, delaying those involved now. Through they turn. This is the run up towards the chicane, and there is Max Coates in a car that is clearly not 100% anymore. Brett Harris, I think, got away lightly. Most of his damage was just to the front, limited amount of bodywork, whereas That whack in the side won't have done Coates' car any good whatsoever. Sam Clennell again finds that big rut in the road. The rear wheels buck into the air and he dives down to the hairpin. Coates closing on Jones, who's on the back of Harris. Through they all come now. So the cars accelerate over the timing line, second, third and fourth, all of which plays into the hands of the race leader. Sam Clennell, way dominant up front, and this will be fascinating now to see whether he can stay on for another season and become a real thorn in the side of a Chrissy Palmer, assuming Palmer were to stay on. Around the outside there, look, goes Max Coates. He's got a puncture. Left front looks a bit soggy, which would not be a surprise given the whack he took early on in the race. If he has got a deflating tyre, he's doing a good job of keeping in touch. There is Clennell then, down towards the hairpin, out on his own. And remember, this really has been the save of the day, given that he was in the gravel and brought out a red flag. Brett Harris's battered car second. Have a look if you can at the front left corner of Coates' car when he comes through. It's looking lower, and the tyre is looking softer. One more lap to go. Sam Clennell then over the line. Remember, none of this influencing the championship, and even if he has got problems, Coates is able to get ahead of Jones, who's got bigger problems. Steve Jones slows coming back towards the tarmac, so that is his race done as well. Survival of the fittest in this race, isn't it? Sam Clennell is on target to win in these 1000cc motorbike engine RX150s. Steve Jones limps on, just trying to record a finish and get some points, but it's a mechanical malady that has stopped him in his tracks. So then, Sam Clennell, he spent all year wielding the spanners for Ollie O'Donovan's team, comes up towards the checkered flag. He is going to be a race winner here at Croft. Checkered flag is waved. Sam Clennell victorious, second Brett Harris, and Max Coates has certainly learnt the rough and tumble of Rallycross. He comes through for third. But Sam Clennell then, having been in the gravel about 10 minutes ago, comes out on top as a race winner in the final RX150 showdown of 2019. The race results confirm the win for Sam Clennell, ahead of Brett Harris with Max Coates third. Stephen Jones doesn't make it to the end. Chrissy Palmer, the champion, didn't make it to the grid. But in terms of points, Chrissy Palmer is the champion once again. Steve Jones second, Brett Harris third at the end of the RX150's 2019 season.